Gentlemen, I appreciate you giving me the chance to speak before this assembly. We've heard a lot of discussion today about the nature of the sun. Some of you have argued that a god pulls it across the sky with a chariot, while others maintain that the sun itself is a god, and that it travels from horizon to horizon of its own will. I must confess that both sides have offered elaborate and well-articulated arguments for their positions. But if I may, I would like to add a suggestion of my own, and that's that I see one reason, and one reason only, that this debate continues to persist, and that's that none of you can offer any real evidence for your position. On one hand, we've never actually seen a chariot running ahead of the sun, but on the other, the sun has never communicated with us, nor has it exhibited behavior that should lead us to conclude that it's a conscious being of any kind, much less one that we can conclusively label as a god. I know, and I'm not saying it's not a god, but with all the speculation that surrounds this debate, and it pretty much is all speculation, I think it would be good to step back and boil things down to what we actually know from direct observation about the sun. Now first, we know it appears to be a ball or a disk, and that it's very bright and apparently hot.
Thanks for the insight, genius.
Please, just hear me out. And we have also been able to observe that it follows a fairly predictable pattern as it travels across the sky, and that at night it seems to retreat somewhere behind the horizon. It does, I will confess, appear to possess what we might call a godlike level of power, and I'll concede that it seems to travel across the sky in a way that defies our understanding of how natural objects should behave. However, the short list of facts I've laid out is all we know about the sun, and while it's tempting to be awed by its mysteries, we should be slow to attribute any form of conscious agency to it just because we don't understand some of its behavior. However mysterious it might be, whatever feelings it might stir within us, I would suggest that any personality we attribute to it has been constructed within our minds based on our own expectations and desires, and any claims that it's a god are based solely on personal faith. Can I tell you everything, or even much, about the sun? Regretfully, no. But I suspect that in hindsight, history will look more favorably upon us if we remain honest with ourselves about what we don't know, and instead of assuming the sun's a god, continue our slow, careful study of it, inching forward based on observation instead of leaping forward based on speculation. Thank you for your time. Well, I guess that sounded nice enough, but let me ask you all something. How many of y'all ever seen a wagon roll up a hill by itself? How many of you ever seen a rock roll up a hill by itself? How many of you seen anything move up a hill without the help of man or beast? None of you, right? Yet this guy will have us believe that the sun just magically moves all the way to the top of the sky without anybody pushing or pulling it, and that somehow, with no intelligent force guiding it, it just so happens to follow the exact same path every single day, coming out with clockwork precision first thing in the morning and settling beneath the horizon at the same time every night. So I'll ask you, gentlemen, what takes more faith? To believe a god pulls the sun across the sky? Or to assume that it just somehow gets pushed by nothing? I think we all know it's impossible for an object to be pushed by nothing, and I, for one, don't have enough faith not to believe in Apollo. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors couldn't explain what the sun was or how it worked, so they invoked the gods to help them understand its confusing behavior. This might seem funny to us today, for we've crossed a specific barrier to knowledge. Blessed by technology and by generations of inherited information, we now fully comprehend what was once totally unintuitive to the ancients. We're not mystified by the sun because we now understand it. But are we less superstitious than our forebears? Have we grown in maturity as well as in knowledge? The answer to these questions lies not in the fact that we've solved old mysteries, but in how we react to new mysteries, to the unintuitive new frontiers that baffle us the way the sun baffled our ancestors. Let me ask y'all something. How many have you ever seen a house create itself? How many have you ever seen a car create itself? How many of you ever seen anything just up and create itself? Yet atheists will have you believe that the universe just magically created itself out of nothing, and that somehow, with no intelligent force guiding it, it managed to randomly spew forth planets that orbit stars with clockwork precision, ultimately setting up conditions that will be perfectly favorable to human habitation. So please, tell me, what takes more faith? To believe God created the universe, or to believe that it was created by nothing? I think we all know that nothing is ever created by nothing, and I, for one, don't have enough faith not to believe in God.